We are back. It is Monday. We're going to be doing a couple of streams tonight. Keeping things a little more on the chill side, we're going to be doing a couple of classic game type deals. We're going to be carrying on with some of our playthrough here for the Bard's Tale 1. And then we're actually going to be advancing some of the story and plot there on that one today, which should be fun. And actually, hang on a second. I got to click out of the frame here real quick and pause that before we get back into the stream. Alright, so we're going to be advancing some of the plot there on that today and actually working through some of the main story, some of the main combat encounters, and obtaining the essential items that we need for eventually completing the game, which should be a good time. So we'll see how that works out. Well, let's go ahead and flip things over, and we'll get right to it. We're actually going to be starting with the Mad God's catacombs, because we need his eye. And before we head on downstairs, go ahead and change our Bard song up to our actual combat one, which will be the Traveler's Tune. One of the things that I've come to enjoy about this game in particular, as we are now getting into a fight, is I was using a horn type weapon before for the Bard, and we heard horns as the instrument. Well, he's got a mandolin now, so it's playing on a mandolin instead, which is nice. It's a lovely touch. Particularly threatened down here, so we are just going to go ahead and make our way along. And here, we're going to be going to these stairs down. And then down again to the third floor. Now, the important thing here for this one is that we could teleport between these floors, but for the third floor, we're actually not able to enter the zone. We can leave it with a teleport, which will be helpful just for getting out in general. But we can't actually teleport into it. Okay. Probably just take these guys head on rather than use a bunch of magic. Fire mandolin. Eight spinners, a werewolf, and 7 blue dragons. Those were probably going to use some magic to deal with. We're high enough level now that we can repel most of the attacks those things are making. Somewhat helpful there for us. Still face a blue dragon. And that'll do it. least for that one. And a bard sword. Stairs going down. All right, so now we're on the 3rd floor. And this is the first time for this playthrough, at least, that I've come down to this floor. So we've got a little bit of exploring yet to do. Just verifying the stream help, or the stream health, rather. Okay. Trap here. Avoid that, so we'll just not use any magic on it. Got a teleporter. That moved us back a few squares. Actually, see here, we can't use a port arcane, so there's no teleporting into this zone. And phase door can't be used either, so I can't just hop and skip my way through a lot of this. We do have to actually walk it, as it were. Six conjurers, 4 blue dragons. A little bit of fire damage, but not too awful. Try and conserve our spell points here a little bit. Message scrawled out on the wall in blood. Seek the Mad One's stony self in Harkin's domain. It's going to be Harkin's castle. This door. I recall it's all the way down at the bottom. Statues, 6 samurai, and a doppelganger. Sudden scream of battle brings party to a halt. 3 wizards, stone elemental, stone giants, and another doppelganger. We'll punch the wizard's ticket there. We will go ahead and give him a single burst of the Mind Blade. And now we just have 1 stone elemental. Scry sight, figure out where we are. Come back to our journal. This is a handy feature to have. Otherwise, like in actual 1987, when this game was released, there were no auto maps. None of this stuff was here. So if you were going to do anything with it, and that was all going to be basically taken care of on your own. So since we've teleported over to here, we can start exploring our area around us here. Okay. Well, nothing else to it, just to get to it. Somebody's going to advance on us, probably the ogres first, so we'll just go ahead and have our folks who are a little slower, because the movement tends to happen first, attack them. I don't think anybody else is really going to get closer. So let's get closer to them and give them a Mind Blade. There's now a single Jackalware. We're going to make him come to us. And a teleporter. Oh, and you know what? We're actually inside. Spot there. Our spells waver, though. That means we're going to lose a lot of our magic as we enter the magic field. Throw arrows. Oh, darkness didn't show up there, so let's get our compass back. Sorcerer's Sight, Major Levitation, and Cat Eyes. See the little pool of darkness there. And an anti-magic field over there. And we got traps. Thankfully, Traps app disarms everything within 30 feet. So we'll just plow through them that way. Our spells waver again, so there's another damn anti-magic field here. Before you lies the ancient burial chamber of King Aladrek, now a creature of darkness. Now mortal men will drink your souls, he hisses. A specter. Hide shadows. Cast a spell. Mystic shield. Cast a spell. Spectre touch on the spectre. Let's go. Hit with energy drain, which is kind of terrible. Among the items shooting about the burial chamber is a large, glowing, jeweled eye. Eye is added to the inventory. That's what we were here for. I'll take care of Bard's problem since he's been level drained. Wandered through here enough with my leveling adventure and the grind fest looking for gear. We can just kind of plod along for it. That's not what I wanted to do. So our way out and our stairs right here. And there's a temple right here, so let's just heal everybody. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So how far did that set him back on XP? And it doesn't look like it set him back very far at all. Which is helpful. Go visit Roscoe real quick and restore our mages. Check our inventory. We now have this mystical eye. Now what we need to do is go attack the Mad God, who has been turned to stone somewhere in the castle. Okay. Change things here just a little bit real quick. Oop. Take it out of full screen for just a moment. Oop. Aha, see all the things there. I'm going to go ahead and grab my map for the castle. And we'll put it back in full screen and be on our merry way. So again, we do have some limits as far as where we can go and all of that. And thankfully we can very quickly go in and out of this whole place. So rather than run through the entire castle, which we have done before, as we pull up our castle map, this is pretty much almost the entirety of the first floor minus this one segment down this way. And there's the second floor. We've been up through here a lot. And we've actually been here on the third floor quite a bit too. There's one fight here in particular at this place, North 5, East 12, where in the original release of this game, you could use that as an experience point farm as soon as you got to a point where you had at least a couple of wizards with Mind Blade, some very decent armor so your frontliners don't get killed, and more or less the spell points and the stones to go up there and try it. Because it is 4 ranks of 99 berserkers each. And in the original version of the game, there was no distance between, creature types. So there were no, creatures further back in ranks or whatever else that wouldn't attack you. So you were just subject on the first round of combat to, all 4 ranks worth of attacks. Which would be enough even to take somebody who's got a couple of hundred hit points down to practically nothing if you didn't plan for it ahead of time. The good news is, though, is that you could walk away with heaps of experience points every time you did it. So if you can get up there and survive it the first time and walk away and level up your folks, you could probably keep farming that until you got to a level that you were happy and satisfied. In this version of the game, however, they only let you do it once, which is a good way to avoid an exploit, but since everything else resets all over the place, it really just kind of slows you down a little bit, and that's it. But what we're going to do is go ahead and teleport to this square, North 1, East 21, using a Port Arcane. And just go right to the fight with the Mad God. Golden statue, 15-foot tall warrior stands before you. Will you approach it? We sure will, because we're dumb. The eye levitates from the party and goes to the statue's empty socket. Statue comes to life. Walls shake as the statue stands suddenly, flinging marble everywhere. Gaze at the awesomeness of one Mad God. Fight bravely. Attack, attack, attack. Go hide. Cast. Oh, let's see. Single target. What do we have that's high damage single target? Let's see. Soul Whip, 50 to 200 points. Or Spectre Touch, 16 to 60 points. He's not a demon. And I really don't want to use any of the other stuff, so it's going to be the Soul Whip on the Mad God. And we're just going to have everybody cast it. Because whoever acts first hopefully acts ahead of him before he can, do something foolish like kill a party member. And the Paladin just reached out and clocked him 6 times for 195 points of damage. Down he goes. Found an adamantine plate mail set. That's nice. And we are being teleported. Where are we being teleported to? being teleported to our next dungeon is where we're being teleported to. We're on the other side of Blue Highway. This is the entry chamber for Kylerian's Amber Tower. The stairwell leads up to lofty levels. Do we want to take the stairs? We sure do. And bear with me just a moment as we both save the game. Grab ourselves our map. So recall, Kylerian's tower is 1 floor. Yeah, but we do need to get both the Onyx Key and a Silver Triangle from here. And this is where things kind of get funny, because you have to understand that the original makers of the game... Hello, Frost. And hello, Gleam. The original makers of this particular game eventually became like Electronic Arts. So this is still back when they were making good games and not charging people money for everything. So there's also a lot of humor in these games. There are 3 items, or magical items of great power: the Silver Circle, the Silver Square, and the Silver Triangle, that need to be gathered up before killing Magnar at the end. Alright. Very anticlimactic. Of course, we've got some area curses here too. We can't use teleport, and we can't use phase door to kind of brute force our way through the dungeon. Okay, we got teleported somewhere. Scry Sight will tell us where. Facing west, we are 21 paces north and 20 paces east of the entry stairs. Fancy. Spells waiver. $19 north and 20 east. And we face south. And now we're in a whole different spot. That's away from the anti-magic field. Bring our spells back up. Sitting on top of a spinner in the middle of the room. Alright, so let's take a peek and see what the journal will tell us what some nonsense that happened there. Yeah, there we go. There's an aura of anti-magic. We came in here. We moved 1 square left, and since we were at the origin point, it flipped us to the other end of the map. Common trick that folks used in grid squares like this for a very, very long time to make maps seem larger than they are. Moved through here, we hit a teleporter, it brought us up to here. Magical Darkness, Anti-Magic Shield, another teleporter brought us to the center. And now here we are. Denizens of this mystic place assault you without warning. We see a lurker, 7 magicians, an ivory monk, and 5 sorcerers at 60 feet. Alright, well, let's get to work. It's going to take some of them some time to get to us. Mind Blade will work, but it's only going to do half damage to the Ivory Monk and the 5 sorcerers. Yeah, this is actually a 2019 re-release of the original 3 games together from 1987, like 88 and 89. It plays really well and is very faithful to the original. Cast Mind Blade as well. It is available on Steam. And you can bounce your characters along from game to game. And it does matter, because it does let you kind of start off in advance. Alright. I've already got adamantine plate on. Six Shadows, 8 Ogre Lords at 20 feet, a Hydra at 20 feet, and 5 Seekers at 40 feet. Alright. I don't like the shadows there. Be on fire. Party finds an unidentified weapon and, ooh, adamantine gloves. Okay. I had some mithril gloves there, so that's an upgrade. There we go. That drops our armor class down another couple points. I think Thorin, yeah, Thorin is using those as well. Who else can use adamantine gloves? The warrior and the paladin. If I find one more set, we're covered. Magic mouth on the wall speaks to you, saying this. Name the one of cold, foretold twofold. Stone golem. And we got teleported somewhere. Cast our handy dandy scry sight. Facing west, 8 paces north, 9 east of the entry stairs. Yeah, you know, I just got to take them out of somebody's cold dead hands, and you know, we're set and ready to rock and roll. Right into the darkness. Okay, so somewhere in this darkness, yep, there it is down there. There's a room. This is something you could not do in the original game because TrapZap had no lit up animation like it does in this one. So it would all just be dark. But in this one you can actually kind of see what's going on. Name the endless byway and your path shall be guaranteed. Well, we know from having talked about it in previous streams and having played a bit that there is one street in Skara Brae that has no end, and it's Sinister Street. Passage has been granted, which should now open a door for us elsewhere on this dungeon. Seven Hydras, 2 Magicians, 4 Sorcerers, 5 Magicians. Don't ask how I see those, because it's magically dark right now, but nevertheless we know they're there. Cast a couple Mind Blades. Magician has cast Ogre Strength on himself. That's adorable. I'm gonna have this the rogue assassinate him here real quick. Unidentified musical instrument and thieves' darts. The hell are thieves' darts? I've never seen those before. Have an unidentified special property. All right. All right. We'll go get those identified. That's fine. Let's walk through an open door. Excellent. So we were teleported from here to here. Move south, that's the magical darkness area. We kind of beelined it right for this, which asked us a riddle that we answered correctly. And it popped out up here. Four lurkers, 2 sorcerers, and 7 wraiths. One of the things that I like a lot about this game too, apart from, you know, just the general chill of let's explore stuff and look around and fight the bad guys, get some gear and loot and all that, is the bard music in this game. Each song has a different property, which is one of the reasons why you're hearing the one that we got right now. Ooh, actually, we're missing a defensive spell. There we go. That's better. So if I come up here to Bard Song and pull up Bacchus, we have that here Kilnfest, which will heal the Bard's wounds during traveling and heals the party's wounds during combat. So it's not a big heal, but it is a slow, steady one over time, which is especially early on when you really don't have a whole lot of magic to help out. It can make a huge difference. Falcontine's Fury increases damage that the party does in combat, driving them into a berserker rage. It's also the song that's on the Atari ST version of this game for its intro and for its Adventurers Guild. The Luclaren song sets up a partial anti-magic field, which gives the party members some increased protection against spellcasting. Seeker's Ballad will produce light when exploring, and during combat will increase the party's chance of hitting a foe with a weapon. Traveler's Tune is the one I'm currently using. Makes the members more dexterous and agile, and thus more difficult to hit, which is a significant benefit to armor class. And then Wayland's Watch will soothe your savage foes, making them do less damage in combat. Well, so far I've been getting by with Don't Hit Me at All, and we're okay.